Hi, everybody. Couple things on area. We just on Friday talked about area of a parallelogram. Today, a couple videos on area of a triangle and area of a trapezoid. Okay, so let's do number two. Formula for the area of a triangle is area is equal to 1/2 base times height. Now, this h in this, h is called the height or altitude. Okay, so you see those words used interchangeably. Okay, now what the height is it's a line drawn from a vertex to the line containing the base. Okay, so if you look at this one right here, it's drawn from a vertex perpendicular to the line containing the base. So this would be your height, this would be your base. The base is whatever the altitude is drawn to. So in this question, 1/2 base is what the altitude is drawn to, 9 times 6.4, and these are all yards. I got to check units. And of course, I don't have a calculator. So do 0.5 times 9 times 6.4. Hang on just a second. All right, I'm back. Be ready all the time. I wasn't ready for this. 0.5 times 9 times 6.4, and I get 28.8. So 28.8 square yards. And remember, you got to have that little square on there because it means how many little 1 yard by 1 yard squares fit inside of that figure. Okay, so now let's go to another triangle. Going to skip down to number 8. Okay, this is a triangle right here. Here's your triangle. If you look at your worksheet, that other part of this triangle is a dashed line. Area is equal to 1/2 base times height. Okay, now 1/2. The base is whatever the altitude is drawn to. Remember the definition of altitude or height again. From a vertex perpendicular to the line containing the base. So this part of it isn't actually part of the triangle. 1/2, the base is 2. The height is 3.8. Half of 2 is 1. 1 times 3.8 is 3.8 kilometers squared. So my point in giving you this and showing you this question is that sometimes the altitude is outside of the triangle. Sometimes it's inside the triangle. It doesn't matter. It's whatever the line is from a vertex perpendicular to a base. All right, so now let's look at a couple trapezoid questions. So formula for the area of a trapezoid, area is equal to 1/2 h b1 plus b2. Okay, and so there's another form of that where they have h times b1 plus b2 all over 2. You use the one that you like better. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, now the bases are the parallel sides of a trapezoid, and that's the definition of a trapezoid is it has one pair of parallel sides. The altitude is whatever is drawn perpendicular to those bases. So in this question, 1/2, the altitude is 5 because it's drawn perpendicular to this one. So remember, it has to also be perpendicular to this parallel line. 1/2 5 times b1 plus b2. 6 plus 3 equals 1/2 times 5. I'm going to solve inside parentheses first. I get 9. 5 times 9 is 45. Half of 45 is 22.5 miles squared for that trapezoid. Here comes our last one. Let me move it up a little bit. All right, so area is equal to 1/2 h b1 plus b2. There's a little bit of a curveball on this one. And the curveball is, notice this down here, this dimension is in feet. The rest of it is in yards. I think I'm going to do my answer in terms of yards. So I'm going to take 29.4 feet. I'm going to divide it by 3. I get 9.8. So this is 9.8 yards. Check on all of these that you have the same units. Okay. So again, I don't have a lot of room here. All right. So 1/2 h is 8. B1 is 4.8. B2 is 9.8. So 1/2 of 8, I know my writing's hard to read here, times 4.8 plus 9.8, which is 4.8 plus 9.8 is 14.6. Half of 8 is 4 times 14.6. So 4 times 14.6, and I get 58.4. So 58.4, and remember, I want yards. This is an 8 here. My writing is really hard to read on this one. 58.4 square yards. Okay, so hopefully you can see that work. Check the units are the same and plug it into the formula. Thanks for listening.